Millions of people are still waiting for their stimulus checks. Alicia Nieves shows us why the IRS is having such trouble getting the money to people and what you can do if you're still waiting for yours.
As Congress mulls over the possibility of another stimulus package with the idea of a second wave of stimulus checks, the House Ways and Means Committee estimates 30 to 35 million Americans are still waiting on their stimulus money from the CARES Act.
Let's make sure that we don't lose focus on the people that didn't get the payment from the first branch.
Bob Probasco is a CPA who has followed activity with stimulus checks since they started going out in April. In particular, all of the issues the IRS has had in getting the money into taxpayers' hands.
There's just a number of different problems. People had old bank account information on their tax return, and then they changed their bank account, but the IRS doesn't have the new one. Payment went to the bank, it'll have to be returned, and then paper check will go out.
The IRS attempted to speed payments up in May by sending out prepaid debit cards to 4 million people. But
there were big problems with that. We saw tax representatives, CPAs, lawyers, who people came to and said, I got this, and they weren't sure that that was legitimate.
The cards were sent in barely marked envelopes that caused so many to think they were fake, so the IRS had to issue a press release reminding people the, quote, plain envelope from Money Network Cardholder Services is not junk mail. And it had to issue guidance for those who destroyed or threw out their debit cards, saying they can now call this 1-800 number to be issued a new card. Anyone else who hasn't received a debit card or stimulus check payment can go to the IRS's Check My Payment feature on its website.
If you see on there that a payment was sent out, but you didn't receive it, there's a different number that you can call, 800-919-9835.
The good news is the IRS expects to get all the stimulus payments out ahead of the initial September timeline, and a proposed second round of stimulus checks could go smoother.
There will be some improvement because the IRS has learned some lessons.
I'm Alicia Nieves reporting.